Hello, greetings, and welcome to the Daily Reset for Success show. And today we have with us the most amazing, fabulous Melinda Cooper.
Hi, everyone. I got to tell you, I was wondering who she was talking about until she said my name. I was like, who is that? Who is that? I'm so grateful to be here. This is beautiful, great day. In Dallas, I'm a little rainy, but you know what? We're blessed, we're alive, and we are moving forwards. And that's what it's all about.
Keep moving forward. You tell me that all the time. Keep moving forward, Marion, and I do, don't I?
Yes, you know why? Because I always tell people, as long as we're still here, God still has a mission for us.
Isn't that the truth? Well, in case you are watching us live on YouTube or live on Facebook, did you know you could make comments and they'll show right up here in this show? So if you have questions for Melinda or you have questions about anything, we would be happy to interact with you, answer your questions, and think about new topics for shows to come. Because I would like Melinda to be a regular. Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be a lot of fun. I just feel like our friendship takes us all around the world. It does so much for us that I'm just always thrilled to be with you.
Thank you. Yes. All right. Well, Melinda, we always start out with the daily word, and today is no different. So today is the 28th of January, 2020. And you're going to love this word, freedom. I am free to be me. There is perhaps no more empowering thought than I am free to be me. When I reflect on the meaning of these words, I discover that being me means expressing my spiritual nature. As I remember that I am created in the image and of perfection, I feel a deep sense of rightness about myself. Ooh, doesn't that feel good?
That does feel good.
Woo, I love it. I am my own person. I do not depend on other people or things to fulfill my heart's desires. I can do anything I set my mind to do because I am the one with divine mind that guides my thoughts and actions and keeps me steady. Because of my awareness of who I am, got that awareness, of course.
Gabriel was singing. Go ahead.
Yes, the angels are singing. Because of my awareness of who I am, an expression of the divine, I am empowered to confidently move through my day. I feel able to set goals and ready to reach them, one day at a time. I feel emboldened to be my authentic self. Amen.
I receive that. I receive that. I receive it. I receive
One of the wonderful things about being friends with Melinda Cooper is she will send these inspiring sayings very similar to what I just read to you. She has motivational and inspirational and I don't even know what to call them, but they're sayings that you can repeat to yourself in the mirror or to yourself, or you can record it in your own voice and play it over and over again. These are some of the special things that I find that my relationship with Melinda Cooper is it gets strengthened every time something like this happens. So that was a good
Thank
one.
you.
Freedom.
That's very blessing. Yes. You know, um, a lot of times, what most people don't know, I don't even know if they watch it or not. Every day, I do my very best to put out something that begins with a prayer that says, "Lord, I'm grateful I am here today." You know, and then other people come in and they say, "Melinda, why do you always start like that?" I said, "Because you know what? No day is promised. No day is guaranteed. So what we have right now is where I try to keep my friendship, my family, even my business. It's like, okay, what am I doing today to make that step forward?" And every time I'm able to check something off my list today, I went out there and posted some good words. Today, I made somebody laugh because of what I posted. Today I reached out. I haven't heard from her. How are you doing today? Where have you been? What's going on? Are you standing on your head? Just something to make that connection work. That's part of me being me. That's I believe that that's the best part of me is to try to reach out for people.
Absolutely. Now, I want to reach out to the person that is talking to us on Facebook and let you know that if you just give Facebook permission to see your face over here on StreamYard, we can see who you are. I happen to have a second screen so I can see who it is, but I would really like for you to be able to show up because I know you're a speaker and you want to be seen. So please go ahead and click and just let them know that you're okay with it. So it happens to be Sandra Fry.
Oh, hi, Sandra.
Yes. And Sandra says Melinda always has positive affirmations.
Thank you. Thank you. I do try. I do try. You know, every now and then I have to catch myself just like everybody else.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, I don't think you have to try very hard, do you?
Not not really. But I'd like for people to understand that I've been doing positive affirmations since I was about 10. Something happened to me when I was very young. It really scared me to no end. And my mother used to say, you want to rise above that? Then you need to say grateful that you're here. So I've been thinking about something different every day since I was 10. Of course, that wasn't too long ago, but that's when I started the practice was way back when.
Well, I think you do a pretty darn good job of it.
Thank you. Thank you. I received that.
And you
So,
know, not everybody wants to have a cheerful person around, and I'm okay with that. You know, they've called me Pollyanna, they've called me, got my head in the clouds or whatever it is, and I'm okay with that.
I actually had one person, she's a dear friend of mine, very dear. And she says to me all the time, she says, do you ever get sick of being so happy? And I laugh at her and I said, no. I said, but do you ever want to just drink a little bit of that water? Just drink a little tad, a little drop of water can change a whole river. When you bring in the world and you set it into positive and you let your friends know that they're important to you and you let other people know, hey, you know what, you made a difference today to me at least. You'd be surprised what that sends out. And it really makes a difference. And I got to say something here. I'm very honored, Marion, to be your friend. I don't have any quote unquote blood sisters. Everybody knows that. I always tell everybody I was raised with 7 boys. So I'm more the Tina Turner type. I don't always do anything nice and easy. I'm more the rough and tough tumble type person. And for me, it's more the idea that when you find a woman that you can work with, you can be friends with, you can actually share your life with without having to talk every day, without having to, oh my God, let me tell you what happened today. No, you know what? We'll just catch up when we can. And it's like we picked up the phone just 5 minutes ago. And to me, that's a true connection. To me, that's an honor since I never had it. It's very honorable to be able to share and teach that. And that's what you do. So I just wanted to put that out there for you today.
I really like that. I happen to have two sisters, but it's a different type of relationship. They're both totally different people, and so you're my third sister.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, you're the a different kind of sister, but it's true. I can tell you things that I don't tell anybody else, even my own sisters,
Right.
my own blood sisters, right? And we can bounce ideas off each other without any problem or issues about uh, judgment is not really the word I'm looking for, but you know what I mean. Of course, we judge each other. Melinda, your hair. And she'll say, Marianne, you need to lose some weight. No,
No, I do not. Don't you dare say that. I'm not in that position, please.
I'm kidding.
No, but I think what it is, let me just put it out there. We both gratefully have reached the level where we understand that we're not in competition with each other.
Oh yeah.
We are at the point where, you know what, we really are here to help each other. And when you can recognize that that's what you're here for and that you don't have to compete with that, that makes a stronger force. It makes the force like, oh my God, what are we doing? And for me, that's more important than to find people where I feel like I can't share the whole thing because they might take it or they might try to kind of reconfigure it and make it their own. Or, you know, um, I've worked with a woman once, unfortunately, and I found myself having to constantly defend. Well, why would you do that? Well, maybe because I like it. Maybe because that's more me than you doing it for me, you know. And some women take offense of that when they don't realize that no, it's not about that. It's why the fact that I want to try it, and if I fall, that's okay. And if I come back and say, okay, guess what I did? I tried this, and okay, so you win. You were right. You were right. I failed. Now help me. At least we're at that point together.
I've got people sending messages all over the place. You are quite popular, girl.
Oh, thank you. I know what it is that everybody wonders, what does Melinda Cooper look like? So,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
right? Okay, but
So
I
let's
got it.
go back to the day that I met you.
Oh,
So
no, no. Okay, go
yes,
ahead, go ahead.
yes, yes, yes. Because I think it's important. If you're looking for a good, solid friendship with somebody, it can come out of left field. You don't know where it's going to come from sometimes. Now, can you go looking for a friend? Absolutely. You can be on the hunt, where am I going to find a friend? But that typically doesn't work that well. It's the natural assessment that you just work on. Of course, if you are not a good friend, then you're not going to find a good friend. You've got to be one to receive one.
Water goes to the same level.
Yeah, there you go. So when I met Melinda, we were both in the speaker industry. So Melinda was not only a speaker, but she was also selling services and providing services to other speakers. And some of the bigger name people, I won't name any right now, but some of the bigger name people, international speakers, and you were doing videos for them, and you were doing, I don't know what all you were doing. Video production, I know, was one of them. What's some of the other
You
services
know,
you provided?
it's funny that you say that. Looking back at those days, I think, what was I thinking, right? But you have to do that. You have to go through the phase of going, what am I doing? So we were doing videography, right? We were doing photography. I was just then beginning to do strategy consultant. I was doing some get visible, get yourself really out there in front of the right crowd type things. And I was telling people how to stand in front. I was teaching, I shouldn't say telling, I was teaching people how to stand in front of the computer.
Hey, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. In front of the computer or in front of the camera because people always think that the look is this.
What's your look, huh?
They want to have that demure, I'm intelligent look. And then when they meet you, they're like, who is that? Right. So I have a tendency of telling people, okay, do you really smile like that? Do you really stand like that? Why? Why would you stand like that? They're like, no, for my picture. I said, get out. So it was a lot of fun. Back in those days, I was kind of my husband used to call me, he said, what are you, the Wild West roping people in? What are you doing? But it was a lot of fun, and what I loved to do was used to go to events. This is one of the things I called Marion. I've got to tell you all this. I used to go to events and take pictures of the crowds. right? Pictures of the crowds to show people how people were looking when they were speaking, right? Because some people would put their heads down and act like they're right, and they're actually taking notes. And then some people were talking, and they're trying to not know that they're talking. And then some of them, I actually caught some people. I won't say who, but they were actually playing video games, right? When other people were up there speaking, right? And so I would send them to and I'd say, did you know that people can see what you're really doing? I just thought I'd mention, just thought I'd mention that to you. And they're like, oh my God, Melinda, you caught me. Um, I'm one of those people who believe that you're not going to always catch someone smiling appropriately, right? So you might as well catch them in their natural habitat. You know, everybody loves natural pictures of the family, natural pictures of the animals. Everybody loves that, right? So why not catch other people doing the same thing? Catch them with that mouth wide open, eating the mic, right? It's a great speaker, right?
Hey, I want to do a shout out to Rachel. She's got a fantastic show on YouTube. If you haven't been over, check her out. Rachel is, she's got almost, I think it's daily, just like this show. And she talks to you while she's in her car on the way to work and things like that. But
Very cool.
her personality is awesome, and I highly recommend you go check her out. She's,
Well, Rachel, I will definitely have to do that. And I'll give you a shout out on Living the Dream.
oh, there you go. Excellent.
I'll put a
Good.
shout out for you. You know, but I used to do that. But Marion, I always loved it because Marion's pictures would go like this.
Oh, no, no, it'd be like,
Hang on a second. Or it would be this. But it was never above her. She was always doing that above the person
oh, sorry.
next
She
to
would
her.
get so mad at me. Oh my God, she would get
And
so mad at me. Stop
because
it.
I would have a great shot. And then there are her two devil ears. You know, and I was like, please, I'm trying to take a good shot. And there she is with her little bunny ears, right? So sure, Rachel, sure. And so what happened is that she finally realized, I'm like, Marion, really, I don't know if you're here for the comic relief or what it is that you're for, but please stop ruining my shots.
She did. She got to the point where she was editing those fingers out and everything. I finally stopped, or mostly anyway.
Not
So
always.
not always. I said mostly. I'm not going
Yeah.
to lie to the people here. So just in case you were wondering, what does Melinda Cooper do? Now that she's no longer doing videography, not that I know of anyway. Are you?
Actually, I still do some, and I
Okay.
still do photography work on the side.
Okay.
But that's more on the backside. I'm growing, shall we say?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
One of the things I love about Melinda is that she has a big heart. And you know, when you have a really big heart, you have to serve people. And she has found a way to serve people through living the dream. So most of her desires in her heart are business owners. So especially female business owners, but not all of them. I know she's got a lot of men too, but it's men with heart. So
Yes.
livingthedreambusiness.com is a great opportunity for you to go and see what Melinda's up to, because it's so much. It's just so much you're up to.
Well, and you know what? Marion says that because she always gets to look behind the curtains. You know, I'm a big Wizard of Oz. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, right? But Marion gets to come in and she gets to see behind the curtains. And many times she is one of my best strategists that I sit around and say, okay, this is what I'm beating up today. What do you think about it? You know, um, but I'm a firm believer that we have to go to where the people are, and we have to help them where they really need the help, not when they say, oh no, I'm doing so great, I really think I'm good, I don't need any help. So then you go out and you look at their websites, or you go out and you look at their photos, Or you go out and you're like, okay, look, Chica, I love your coloring, but you need some help, or something a little bit different for them. Because one of the things in living with and being raised with 7 men besides my father, so it was 8. Plus, I'd hate to tell you how many other men are in my family. Um, you learn that women really need to own their own power. We have to be okay with who we are, no matter where we are. I will tell you this, and I'm hoping that some of the people will remember. I was speaking at an event, and I was in a string of women. We were doing a book release, and these women, they were beautiful, but they had on those 6 inch. Can you see my hand? 6 inch. Those big heels like this. Now, when I was a congressional liaison, I laugh at myself because when I was a congressional liaison, I used to wear those from 6 in the morning till 4:30, 5 o'clock at night. I'd go home, I'd take off my shoes and switch to other shoes so that I could teach a website. Rachel, it's website.
Oh, so just in case you're listening to this on the podcast, Rachel is asking Melinda if she has a YouTube channel. And I'm going to let you answer that while my dog lets the mailman know that he's not allowed to walk in front of the house.
That's right. That's right. Actually, Rachel,
Well,
I go to website. So that's livingthedreambusiness.com. I put everything and I push everything to the website because I want you to be able to see all the things. I have a magazine, etc. But at any rate, so I learned that women really need to be able to be okay with who they are, where they are. So the story was that when I was a congressional liaison, I used to wear those 6 inch heels and never thought about it, didn't even blink. Okay. Well, now that I no longer am on my website, no longer working as a congressional liaison, I have taken off the high heels and put them down to very comfortable shoes. If you're lucky, I might be wearing real shoes. If not, I'm wearing flip flops. And if it happens to be cold, I'll be wearing toe socks with those flip flops, right? Because that's what living the dream is about. I live it my way now. So it this so happened that day I was speaking, and what happens? But all these beautiful women are wearing those 6 inch heels. So I smiled. It was my turn, and I'm looking at all of them, and gosh, you're doing wonderful. Finally, I said, please applaud each other for being able, willing, and ready to wear those 6 inch heels. I said, but in case you didn't know it, I'm short. And everybody looked at me. I said, I'm short. I said, I'm 5'2". I said, and in reality, it doesn't matter how tall the high heels are, unless they are stilts, I will still be short to you. So I've chosen to wear flats and just let you know I'm short. And I had more women come up and speak to me that way because they realize that this isn't about, I love your shoes. I think they're great. And I think you're wonderful wearing them. But for me, I have to be who I am, which is short.
well, short enough, you are gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right now, I need a haircut. I don't know what I'm doing with the hair thing. So we're back again to let me just throw it back.
Oh, well, let me tell you what Melinda did. This is awesome. She grew her hair really long down to like her waist area, and then she cut it off and gave it to an organization for women who are losing their hair because of cancer or whatever. And I just thought that was so sweet, Melinda.
Well, thank
What
you.
a wonderful thing to do because your hair is thick and black and beautiful. And
Thank
I'm
you.
sure it was, somebody appreciated that a whole lot.
Well, actually, I was very, very fortunate. I discovered, I don't know, I'm going to put this out there. I'm sorry, but
You're
it costs money to send your hair in to Locks of Love. I don't know if people know that. For somebody else to get your hair, they have to pay about $1,500, right? Right? trust me, Sandra, you'll get to see my toe socks. But um, you have to pay about 1,500 to get real hair through Locks of Love, and I was really disappointed at it. So I found a local in Dallas, Texas, a local place that specializes in wigs for cancer patients, and I went over there, and they gave them to little girls.
Aw.
And so I was really very pleased, by the length of the hair, how they cut it up and made it really very nice. So one little girl ended up with 4 different wigs from my hair. And it made me feel really very special because I actually got to meet her.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and she says, "Oh, you have my hair." And I said, "No, you have mine," and we teased a little bit, but yeah, it really made it so much special when you can find the people. uh yes, they were wigs for kids, correct. Kids with cancer are fighting, some kind of illness. And so we made some baseball caps, and they got little bangs, much like mine look now. One little girl got a 2 braids hanging out of her baseball
Oh,
cap. Another girl got a ponytail off of a baseball cap, just different things like that. They weren't long because I wanted to share it as far as we could, but I actually ended up cutting off 21 inches of my hair.
wow.
So we gave that to the little kiddos and I was so, yes, I felt like I had made a difference that day. It was
Oh,
very
you made a
special.
difference in my life. You made me very happy to know that you were doing that. I knew you were growing it out for that reason. I
Yeah.
kept saying, "Gosh, Belinda, are you ever going to cut your hair?" It's, giving her a headache. It was long and thick. It took her days to dry it when she washed it. And she's like, "Marion, I'm doing it for a reason. I've got a goal here." I thought that was really sweet.
Well, I was really surprised. I will tell you that I ended up, it was just around 7 pounds of weight.
Oh
And
my God.
I had never realized how much hair weighs, but my
Uh-huh.
neck started going like this because it was so heavy. I was like,
Yeah, you
okay,
keep putting it up in a bun and stuff on your hair, on your
try
head.
to try to balance it. The ladies with the big things on their head to balance it. That's kind of what I was trying to do.
Melinda, we only have about 3 minutes left.
Oh
Do
my
you
gosh.
mind going into living the dream a little bit? How you got started and what you offer people?
I started living the dream in reality because of my parents. My mother passed away of cancer, and she and my father had always been entrepreneurs. And my father used to raise us telling us, you want to really live your life, then you have to be an entrepreneur and make it around your life rather than work for somebody else building their dream.
Yeah.
And thank you, Rachel. And so after my father passed away, going while my children were young, we had to pay the bills. We had to pay the bills. So we went ahead and did that for, I worked for the government. I worked as a I worked as many jobs. But what did happen was my father passed away. First, I lost my mother, then I lost my father. And when I did, I had to slow down and really think of my life. And was I, as my father said, was I living my dream or was I busy building somebody else's dream? And I thought, this isn't how I want to live my life. So I decided, which is why I named it Living the Dream, is because I decided that that's what I need to do. Entrepreneurs need to live their idea of whatever business they have or whatever ideas they want. They need to live that and not work so hard doing somebody else's. So I started out, as you recall, and I still do videography, photography on the side now. Now that's my side gig. Uh, but I'm a consultant. I'm a strategy consultant. I do visibility. I do social media. If it can figure out a way to get you out in front of the right people at the right time with your message, not mine. If you go to Living the Dream um, on Facebook, you'll notice that most of the time you rarely see just one or two of my own posts. I usually am posting somebody else's, I'm promoting theirs. I want their ideas, their messages, somebody I can stand behind. I can put it out there and let's work together to get you out in front of the right people. And that's the services I offer, working with you to do the strategy and be in front of the right people at the right time.
Well, guess what? So Melinda worked with me today, and we spent a good solid hour, but we cranked out a whole business plan for a new service that I'm offering. So
Absolutely,
it,
yes.
it was awesome. We got the cost down. We got the different packages that people
Packages.
can buy. We got extras that we could offer. There, and I'm not ready to reveal it quite yet. But man, was it! It was not just fun, but it was very productive.
Yeah.
So that solid hour was nothing but pure positive energy, and we created a whole new division of my natural curiosity.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
It
Oh,
was
no, thank
awesome.
you. It was great. I love working with you. I love always supporting your ideas. I think that you're one of the women who are definitely one of our leaders. You know, you're one of the people that is, it's a must do, get to know you person.
Uh, so
Thank you, Rachel.
yeah, there's some people in the audience that are really, really behind you and supporting you. If you're listening to this on the Natural Curiosity podcast, I know you can't see what we're posting on here, but you can always see the replay on Facebook, in your Natural Curiosity Facebook, and you can also go to YouTube and see what Melinda looks like and some of the comments that people are making. Rachel, I'm not really sure how to pronounce your second name, Daly, Daly, and her last name is Hug. And on her video, she wears a jacket because she lives up north where it's snowing. I can see the snow, but as she's driving down the car, down the road, I can see, and it says Mrs. Hug on her
Oh,
hood.
how nice.
So cute.
Very nice.
Yeah. And
Very nice.
I do recommend that you go and check her out on YouTube. And Sandra Fry is over on Facebook, and she's talking about supporting you and me. So thank you for everybody who was in the audience today. We really appreciate all of your good comments and your wishes and your good. And it's just beautiful. I love
Yes.
every minute of it.
Yes, and thank you. I can't tell you, thank you for honoring me for me to join you today. And you know what? You guys ever need a pep talk, ever need somebody to say, I'm ready to get going, give me a call. I will definitely help you keep moving forward.
Amen. Thanks for everybody. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us today. This was the Daily Reset for Success on the 28th day of January 2000.
20 and 20.
I just can't believe it's
What is
through.
that? I know,
So
right?
let us know if you want Melinda to come back, okay? So the more people that tell us we want Melinda back, we want Melinda back, then she has to come back, see?
There you go. There you go. Thank you again. Mwah.
Bye for now. Now remember, be good and create a fantastic day for yourself.